My God. How are musicals back in my life? After Joker 2, Joker Pinches a Deuce, I thought I fulfilled my musical quota for the decade. The previous two being The Happiness of the Katakuris and The American Astronaut. Two musicals that I do really recommend. Well, thank goodness for our new woke hero of the hour, Cynthia Erivo, for bringing this new bastion of toxic fandom to our attention. Musical theater kids. Who knew that theater kids were really a hotbed of Fourth Reich activists?
We shall make them all watch our Berg, My Fair Hitler, Das Oklahoma, Das Katze, the sound of the Reichstag!
What's been said about the poster? Yeah, I second it. Critical Drinker does a great breakdown and pointed out the artistic merits of the original musical sheet. When I saw the original movie poster, I thought, there's no way this is the finished version. This must be a rough draft. What art director or marketing agent is going to okay this? It looks terrible. I mean, it's similar to the original musical poster in general concept, and I'm not even getting into the change to show her whole face. I mean her expression. It's a big nothing burger. The character's being told a secret, or whatever is happening. I'm ignorant of the content, never seen it, I'm not the audience, although I do admit the original musical poster did intrigue me. She's being told something in confidence here, and her feeling is apathy? Indigestion? Gas? You've soiled your royal britches? Wow, that must be a good secret. Was the direction during the photo shoot for the promotional material, "Hey Cynthia, give us your best 1,000-yard stare"? Her expression here is sorely lacking, and despite how Miss Erivo wants to elevate herself to marketing director, she did not choose to stare at you. She's an actor. She was directed. Unless she's a producer on this thing, she did not make the call. She was directed to perform as actors are. Most likely in this instance by whomever was overseeing the marketing materials for promotion of the production. Now why is this whole wicked postergate important? There's a famous expression, they came for the so-and-sos, and I said nothing because I wasn't a so-and-so. Then they came for the so-and-sos, and I said nothing because I wasn't a so-and-so. You get the idea. The punchline? Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. The quote shows the necessity of solidarity, of sticking together, even if you don't agree on everything. If they start to censor or come after the fans of musicals or romantic comedies, well, fans of horror and sci-fi and westerns should maybe step up and say something, because they might be coming after you next. Funny, this is actually happening in reverse, where they've come at sci-fi and fantasy fans, and I'm sure many in the rom-com and musical fandoms have remained silent. I'd bet, and I don't know for sure, but I'd bet that many in the musical and normie worlds of the Hallmark and Lifetime channels were either indifferent to or cheering on the slandering of sci-fi and fantasy fans as toxic.
Well, well, well. How the turntables...
And now the powers that be turned their sights on you, musical theater kids. Unravel the Franco memes. You see, this postergate wasn't even started as criticism. It was a fan of the musical, who probably couldn't wait to embrace Erivo and Grande as their new resistance heroes of the moment. But you see, you poor, sweet, naive musical theater fans, power trippers slap you down even when you say something nice. If you have a differing opinion, or God forbid, legitimate criticism, well, you might as well give yourself an unflattering haircut, pencil in that stash, and slap on the armband. 'Cause there's only one way you're getting labeled. A toxic malcontent.
Looks like we got ourselves a troublemaker.
Notice that's what Erivo did. She went right for the soft cultural underbelly. Right for the social media jugular. Didn't outright say the words sexist and racist, but you know what she means, what she's implying. This is the tactic. Get out of line and you are now a member of the outgroup. That must be shunned, canceled, destroyed. Now, they ain't overtly calling for destruction or death to anti-woke infidels, but historically, there's only one place this road leads. And by the way, saying this is the most offensive thing you've ever seen? Wow. Didn't know you were royalty, because you live a life of immense privilege if this is the most offensive thing you've ever seen. Either that or you're lying. Actors. Now, I gotta say this about the movie-going experience. Actors get maybe too much credit and writers don't get nearly enough. But I do love actors. Someone has got to get in front of that camera. I made 2 micro-budget features with a bunch of friends, none of whom wanted to get in front of the camera. We had to hold casting sessions and hire actors. Actors are gamers. They are game to do anything, and I love that about them. Again, someone has to get in front of that camera and expose themselves emotionally and express the gamut of the human experience for us to connect with and enjoy a motion picture. Do you want to go back to the days of radio plays? I don't. Now, actors are people, and as such, they got opinions. The problem with actors is us. Like with all celebrities, artistic, athletic, journalistic, and political, we put them on too much of a pedestal. And the political ones shouldn't be on any pedestal. They should just be all held accountable. The media knows we're going to click on something because a famous actor destroys or shreds or annihilates something or a person or an idea. I suggest we stop clicking on them. Stop making that clickbait viable. Or just ignore them. Maybe that's the same thing. One of my favorite actors is Robert De Niro. Hold on, let me finish. He's in some of my favorite films. Taxi Driver, Mean Streets, Goodfellas. He used to be at an almost Kubrickian level of seclusion. He didn't do interviews. You never knew what he thought. About anything. You up-and-coming actors, take note. It adds to the mystery, kids. Then about 20 years ago, he gave in. Made himself more available. It was interesting at first, because we never knew anything about this guy who did all this great acting. Now it seems more like old man yelling at clouds.
I got some bad ideas in my head.
But you know what? I ignore it. Getting mad at him for having a different opinion than me is the same as Kathleen Kennedy getting mad at you for not liking The Acolyte. Sorry, jerk, it didn't measure up, so we tossed it. Seeing De Niro go on and on about you-know-who, I just think this isn't the guy with a great script, great direction, and great cinematographer. It's just another person who's got an opinion. Unfortunately, it's elevated because of their celebrity status. Thanks for clicking in.
You better subscribe, kid.